Welcome to Jonesin, where we go over trippy true crime and the drama that surrounds it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe.
From the Hippie Hut's vault, Josh, a.k.a. The Lab, a.k.a. Blue Gumball.
What up? Woohoo! We coming in hot today. What up, everybody? I love y'all. I see y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look, we just had like a 1,100 hour stream on Queens about this Summer's Day. And then I see, which we all had to agree to disagree. There's some things I agree with. There's some things I don't agree with. Which leads me to the lab. It's become an obsession. Absolutely. That is part of the problem. And we're going to watch this first. Let's just listen, because he's bickering back and forth with who else other than the glarer. The glarer, from what I seen, wasn't saying anything rude or disrespectful.
I mean, here's the thing. If these strangers, or these YouTubers, or whoever, TikTokers, Instagrammers, I don't know who's doing it. I don't know who's doing it. If they weren't, is anybody else? Is anybody else doing it? Dawn, Candace, are they doing it in remembrance? Are they doing anything for Summer's 2-year missing mark? Dawn, Candace leading the way. They do a balloon, like a balloon release. I mean, so why are we mad at people that I'm guessing some have fine intentions, and I'm guessing that some don't. I mean, that's just kind of how the world works. But who else is going to remember Summer and they're not celebrating somebody stealing Summer. That is a twist on words like I've never heard. That's a twist on words that I have never heard. Yeah, I really can't keep up with it. It does seem like the chat is pretty distracted by him, which is okay. I mean, if it's a little too much, I think, I don't know. I mean, he's going to argue with, 700 people or whatever. It's not going to go. If Dawn and Candace aren't going to do it, why do people have a problem with others doing it? Why? Why is everything, like, I see these channels that talk about, and I'm telling you, the channels that talk about people that are talking about Summer are still talking about Summer, and they're making it seem like that's not what they're doing, when in fact, that's exactly what they're doing.
No, bitch. I just dedicated this live to you.
It's like we're one layer separated. So, tragedy pimps talk Summer Wells. Everybody come in here and let's talk crap about the people that are having Dawn or Candace on your show is no different than what I do. None of it is different. And it's laughable to think that it is. It's not. It's not different. It's the same friggin' thing.
And with that, I will say, it is the same thing in a different way. It's a weird situation. Listen, you got the people that are like this dude that are using Summer Wells as a profit. They are just exploiting Summer and her family. And then you got the ones on our side that are super hyper focused, tunnel vision. I hate to be the one to say it, but it is what it is. That don't mean that they're obsessed and have bad intentions. No, they're doing it because they love this child. But that's crossing a line. Like, every single YouTuber on this side is obsessed with Summer Wells, whether it's because they love her or they want to make money on her. The same way we call out the ones that want to make money on her, we have to be willing to face our own people who are still too close to the situation, too involved. That's all I'm saying. We have to be willing to do that. We can't sit here and say, oh, this person needs to stop covering Summers, this person. We can't say that because it's all of us. Even me right now.
You just don't like how people are covering it or how they feel about it or how we feel about it. But it's the same thing. I'm going to talk about the people that talk about Summer Wells. Like, what? Why? Well, because, it draws a crowd. That's what people want to hear about. And by the way, that's what this audience on this channel is focused on right now. That's why I talk about it. Because I hear asshats all over the place talking about, Dawn's just misunderstood when he blurts the N-word and, screams at women, calls them the C-word. Candace literally said that Dawn punched her on live. Like, she said it. They got punched in the throat. And we're going to make excuses for this guy? And by the way, has anybody noticed this whole transformation of Dawn going, now Dawn's on this thing where it's like, Dawn's on this thing now where he's saying, I know that it looks bad. I know that it looks bad. And I'll tell you this. If my daughter was missing, I don't have a daughter. But I would never say that if I didn't have anything to do with it. What do you mean it looks bad? My daughter's not here. My daughter's not here. Of course it looks. What do you mean? I know how it looks. How does it look? Tell me how it looks. I would never say that. Just like there's a million things that Dawn has said that I wouldn't say. And I'm sure that there's going to be other channels that hop on and they critique what I'm saying because
Absolutely.
That's how they cover the Summer Wells case and in their mind justify them not covering it and because they want to support Dawn and Candace, which they're by all means, please do.
So if anybody stands up for this child saying y'all are way out of line, then it must be because we feel bad for not covering it. Or it must be we support Dawn and Candace.
That's how they rationalize in their mind. That's how they rationalize in their mind that it's fine if they do it that way. Well, just do it. Talk about it. All right.
That's the problem. See, that's the problem. This dude is so obsessed with Summer Wells that it's every fucking thought he has. Anything anybody does when calling out these creators who have fucking milked this case for everything it's worth is because we feel bad for not covering her. Make that make sense. You can't, because it don't.
You're allowed to talk about whatever you want. But why would you? Because there's a whole group, a whole subsection of true crime haters. True crime. And, Blair, while you're here, I'm going to ask you this 1 second. Why?
All right, here we go. Let's go. This is when I said, fuck this, honey.
Why would you stream the entire trial of Gannon?
Look how confused he looks. Why would you stream? So he said, Blair, since you're in here, why would you stream the entire trial of Gannon? Okay, let's keep going.
I never understood that, why anybody does that kind of stuff. I really don't. I don't get it.
Well, you know what? I don't fucking get your obsession with this little girl and her family. Your obsession is alarming, my dude.
Like, there are actual channels that cover complete trials that, like, have lawyers and, professionals on there. I'm not saying just you.
Oh, that's crazy. There's channels that have professionals on there? No, because you could never. A
bunch of people that do it. I never understood that. I think that's weird.
That's weird. That's weird. So fucking weird, guys, that anybody would cover a trial. I don't even cover trials. But it's super fucking weird that people have professionals come up on their panel and cover trials. That's true crime, baby. That's real true crime. What you do is obsess. You are a fucking joke. Lily says some people feel Summer is somehow bonded to them. They never, ever met or knew of her. It is obsessive by now. I agree. I think it's so unfortunate what's happened to Summer. I don't necessarily think she's gone. I have my own opinions. The obsession is lines that we should not cross when it comes to these victims. I love Summer. She was this, she was that. Y'all are too obsessed. Y'all gotta reel it in. Reel it in a little bit. This is where the problem lies. But for you to sit here and say it's fucking weird, and I don't even care if he said it to the Glare, Grizzly, I don't give a fuck if he said it to Dolly Vision. I don't give a fuck. I would still be calling him out right now because that is weird that he finds it weird because that shows you where his mindset is. Get off that little girl. This is not good. This is not okay. And yes, I said it.
I never understood why people do that. Does everybody turn off their monetization for that? Does everybody turn off their super chats for that? No? No, you get paid ad revenue? Is that what you guys do? Okay, well, that's cool. Weird, huh? I don't do that. I wouldn't stream any trials here.
No, you stream nothing but Summer Wells.
It's weird. I wouldn't do it. I don't know. It's not my fault. He's not the only one that does it. There's other people that do it. I wouldn't.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't be doing this.
And by the way, not because I think that it's some immoral thing, but I do think that it is immoral to call people out for the same exact stuff that you do. Blair, all I want to know is, did you turn off your monetization? That's it.
He said no.
During that trial? Did you run ads during that trial? That's it. That's all I'm curious about.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like this is completely different. Like, I didn't even know that you could run ads before you started a live until I clicked on this piece of shit's live. I had no fucking clue. So it's AdSense, Super Chats, whatever. During Gannon's trial, that's the same as this. I don't see it that way. He's sitting there putting in hours worth of work and effort to sit there and keep his chat company and doing the streams. You, however, just get on here and spew bullshit pertaining to Summer Wells.
And like I said, it's not just you. A lot of people do it. There's an audience for all different people. I agree with that. I don't really do panels like that, like just spur of the moment panels typically, but you know. And by the way, I've been accused.
Right here, Glare put in the comments, you do for Dawn. You dropped the link for Dawn. You do spur of the moment panels.
By Dawn of possibly being the one, you know, that took Summer. Dawn said that to me a couple times, which is awesome. I mean, imagine. You got a missing daughter, Glare? If you got a missing daughter, you can come up and talk.
Wow. Hold on, let me address this, B10. Thank you. That's exactly what I was about to go show. This cunt, I swear to God. See?
Dawn said that to me a couple times, which is awesome. I mean, imagine. You got a missing daughter, Glare? If you got a missing daughter, you can come up and talk if you want.
If that don't fucking say all you need to know, and this ignorant motherfucker has like 800 people in his chat. These are the people we talk about.
Email me the specifics, and I'd be happy to have you on. No, it's not a call-in show.
Wow.
No, it's not a call-in show. But you know, when I think about just this whole, I mean, these narratives are just insane. They're just insane. Claire, I've seen your show and I've seen you debate people.
Look,
and
the Glare said coward. Laugh out loud. Word. He is a coward because he has no answers to any questions that the Glare or anybody else on this side would ask him.
I'm just telling you, dude. Like, I'm not a coward. I'm not scared of you. I don't think that you're like some overly intelligent guy who's gonna put me in my place. I don't think any of that. I just we don't have anything to really talk about. We're on completely different sides of the fence. Okay, so go stream a trial somewhere else and use your tragedy pimp hashtag elsewhere. I'm not for it, my friend. I'm not for it.
You are a
I'm sure he'll go live. Why wouldn't he go live? It's great momentum for him. Let's see here. I don't think he's jealous of me, but like,
not at all. No,
I think he just disagrees with me, and I'm fine with that. I got no problem with that.
Oh, really?
How am I gonna kick him out? Oh, I of course.
Okay, with that being said, no, he wasn't kicking the Glare out. I think he'll let the Glare stay in there because he knows the Glare has a following and he knows the Glare calls out bad behavior. He'll let the Glare stay in there. But damn, I got timed out, Green got timed out, and all we was saying was, this is obsessive. This is weird.
Of course. Everybody that is on YouTube does the same thing. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not even...
No.
Like, I don't care what anybody else does, like, at all. I don't care at all.
No, because you want no one to care about what you do. It's like, I don't give a fuck what anybody else does, because you're hoping that that's the same, that you get the same in return. I give a fuck about what you're doing. I've been giving a fuck about what you're doing, but I have been waiting for the perfect opportunity, and you hit my shit list tonight, bruh.
Not even a little. Well, I truly don't think that he's creating content, because I think last week he did an entire show about me. So, but who knows? That's fine with me. Matter of fact, when people do that, actually, I get more people to my channel, and then they watch, and then they go, "Oh, he's actually not nearly as bad as you know you're making him out to be." Actually, he's kind of somewhat knows what he's talking about. He puts together sentences. Okay.
Oh my God.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. The whole goddamn YouTube world knows what you're talking about. It's the same thing you always talk about. It's your only fucking content. You are a loser, my dude. You are a failure. I don't give a goddamn if you got 800 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people. I don't give a fuck. That just goes to show that you've got the gift of gab and you've got a way of switching things around. And we already know that people go for the conspiracies. We are fighting a losing battle. If I can even bring attention to one motherfucker and get them to realize that this is weird behavior, then my fucking goal for tonight, it's been met.
No, I'm fine with it. Advertisement. Now, let's get back to Summer's day. I don't think that it's... Like I said, I understand why people think that it's not a great idea. Sometimes it can come off disingenuous. But people do things for different reasons, and I don't really understand, the bickering about that. I also don't really understand the...
Okay, I'll give credit where it's due. I don't understand the bickering about that either. I feel like if you know what you're doing is from the heart and it's the right thing, then fuck what other people say. Fuck what Joneson thinks. Fuck what the Glare thinks. Stop worrying about other people's opinions. As long as it's not exploiting and as long as it's coming from a good place and a good intentions, fuck anybody else.
Controversy in this case at all. And by the way, wouldn't you guys, why are people not just as furious, with people that take up for Don and Candace sight unseen, would follow them to the depths of hell? Can you imagine that? Can you?
I don't really fuck with them people either. I think that they're innocent until proven guilty. Tell me I'm wrong, bitch. Do it. I fucking double dog dare you. Tell me I'm wrong. Please.
Can you imagine knowing that there's a pair, or there's a couple of parents out there who had their children taken, one's missing, and the cops say that they're not cooperating? How is that? Like, how is that crazy? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. The parents of a missing child are not cooperating with the investigation. That's normal? That's acceptable? Why aren't you guys mad about that instead of Summer's day?
I think it's super unfortunate that they're not cooperating. But they were cooperating, right? At first, right? Until the YouTubers come around and turned this whole fucking case into a shit show? Are you fucking kidding me? And you want to blame them? It's already bad enough that they were shitty fucking parents. They might not have cared for them, those children, the way they should have. If there was an accident with Summer, that falls on them. So the situation is already bad enough. And then you got YouTubers coming and trying to lay dick down and throw their pussies out for Don Wells, and it's fucking weird. YouTubers ruined this child's case.
That's what people should be mad about. The non-cooperation of Don and Candace, said not only by Ronnie Lawson, but TBI. Okay.
Listen, they're suspicious as fuck. But if you have been covering this case day in and day out from the beginning, are you so naive to think that maybe some of your contributions to this case has made it to where they don't want to fuck around? They know they're suspicious as fuck, and the YouTubers didn't help it. Being suspicious doesn't mean you're guilty. It is innocent until proven motherfucking guilty. Again, tell me I'm wrong.
And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I don't care what Don and Candace deny, because they deny everything. There's not been one damning thing that has been said about Don and Candace. Like, oh, yeah, that's kind of true. Until they're put into a corner. They've been working on getting their boys back. Now they're not getting their boys back. Keep moving the post. Move the goal line more and more and more.
You know what would help the situation? If these YouTubers would take a step back. Because Don and Candace are just as guilty for this chaos, right? So if these YouTubers took some responsibility and took a step back and said, oh, God, Don's in my chat. He wants up on my panel. And instead of fucking foaming at the mouth, maybe just say, I don't know, we can talk in private. And then actually keep it in private. Maybe none of this would be happening. Maybe Don and Candace wouldn't want to jump on these panels so much. But oh no. The YouTuber's going to solve this motherfucking case, and they're going to let Don and Candace up on every single motherfucking panel, hoping that one of these parents slip up, and they solve the case, and they called it on their shit. Get the fuck out of here and miss me with that bullshit.
And over and over and over. And maybe you're going to hit on something eventually. Then you're going to overblow it and go, well, we were right the whole time. Like this whole Dudley thing. Don, you're a sack of shit for letting Dudley get grilled like that. How in the world is that acceptable? Don Wells said out of his own mouth that Dudley has a alibi. And we're still on the Dudley train? The tree trimmers? Not the people that lost.
And then not to even mention, nobody should know nothing about their journey of getting the boys back. That's what I mean by people are too close. That's not our motherfucking business. Do I think they should have the boys back? No, only if the boys want to go back. I think the boys should be able to choose that. But it ain't my motherfucking business.
Law enforcement says, hey, they're not cooperating, folks. It's bananas. I'm totally confused.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. The shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Fuck you.
Devil's advocate just to do it. There's a little girl that is missing. Her name's Summer Wells. And I'm telling you, if this was your family member, say Summer was your niece. Excuse me. Yeah, your niece. And your brother or sister was acting the way that Dawn and Candace were acting, you'd be okay with that? Or is it just okay because they're really just kind of internet figures? They kind of float, around, and sometimes they act sad or mad or disgruntled, and sometimes they go on lives and say the N-word. Sometimes they assault each other live on the air. Sometimes they play pranks on family members.
Would we have seen all that action going down if they weren't brought into this community? And they get on here. And ain't no damn telling if they're dealing with a guilty conscience on top of it, If they are, then they deserve that guilty conscience. But to get on here, what if they're not dealing with a guilty conscience of doing something to that baby? What if their guilty conscience is solely not being good parents to her? A little bit neglectful, considering something happened. What if that's what they felt bad for? And then they come to YouTube, and they are fucking drilled over and over. They have YouTubers running between each of them. Hello? Are we this desensitized to notice shit that's right in front of our eyes?
Times they do drugs.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny that they sometimes do drugs and take piss on streams and takes a whole deuce on streams because he's piss fucking drunk. It's so fucking funny, huh?
On live. Sometimes they go to the bathroom on live. But Dawn's okay with it.
Do you think they would be on camera doing all of those things if it weren't for these YouTubers? Because most of those things have happened on other people's panels or on phone calls with other YouTubers. There you go, Catherine. Yes, ma'am. A broken family exploited.
It's just the weirdest thing. Look, I would talk to the guy, but it's been said that he has an alibi. Hasn't that been said over and over?
So because he's got an alibi, you don't want to talk to him? No, because your whole goal is to set these parents up and see if you can get something out of them. That is your whole motherfucking goal. And while you're doing it, you're obsessing over a little girl who is missing.
Hasn't that been said over and over and over? And the other day, how Dawn said, well, Candace was the one that called 911 first. Well, it sure didn't sound like it. Maybe she did call. I don't know if she did or not. But you would think to call 911 first. And from that dispatch sound, it sure doesn't sound like it. I'm just Karen says I'd be harassing the police for answers. Yeah, I would too. And right, there's no what is it? There's no public, or not public, but there's no booklet to how we're supposed to act when our child goes missing. That's true. There's not, but there are cliff notes, and they didn't even bother with those. There's no book telling us how to act, but there is human instinct, and there is parental instinct. I've seen Candace cry. I have too. She was lying the whole time.
How do you know that? You got a built-in. Are you God? I figured it out. I fucking nailed it right now. He's God. Holy shit, my mind is blown. He knows so much. This explains everything. This explains it all. There we go.
She was lying the whole time. For like 30 minutes, I listened to her bawl her eyes out. Means nothing. Doesn't mean anything. At all.
B10. Josh, Gumball, we got a question for you. Can you please explain to us how your 300 plus videos helped find Summer Wells? Can you? Can you help us understand how your 300 plus videos brought Summer Wells home? I'll be waiting for a response, bitch.
Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.